Alright, so the next match we're going to be casting is going to be a ZVZ. It's going to be DeViL versus Lopata. Both players from Team Isuba Intel from the Czech Republic. I know these two guys. I have even met, I think I met DeViL once at a LAN. We didn't talk because he was busy playing. And he's the current national champion, Grandmaster level player. His ZVZ, I wouldn't say it's his best matchup, but we shall have to see. You know, in Czech Republic, most of the players are Protosses, followed by Zergs in numbers closely, and then we have a very pitiful amount of Terrans. And that makes it so that these guys pretty much face off in every major competition versus one another. So they know their styles and builds inside out, so we might see some mind games going on here, half of which I will not be able to detect, because frankly I have not played as many matches versus these guys as they have. I'm nowhere near their level, of course. So, spawning in the bottom right position we have from Team Isuba Intel, it is Lopata, going to be playing as the orange Zerg, and in the top left position we have DeViL. You might know this name. DeViL is a regular contender in quite a lot of the Go for SC2 Cups. Usually makes it a couple rounds deep into the tournaments. And also he participated in DreamHacks. Sometimes even takes a game of known players, to put it that way. It looks like both players are going to be going... Well, I wouldn't be surprised seeing a 15 hatch from DeViL, to be quite honest, but looks like both players are going for a pool first. Now let's see which one of them will follow that up with a gas, and which one of them will follow that up with an expansion. I pretty much expect both players getting an expansion at this point instead of the gas, because, you know, if you get a gas straight after a pool, it kind of relegates you to being aggressive. As you delay your expansion, you quicken your gas income, and as a result, if your opponent is going for a hatch before gas, then you pretty much have to attack to level the playing field. No need for doing that. And it looks like actually Lopata. There we go. Lopata taking another gas. Or should I say his first gas? I was almost afraid for a moment there that he will be doing a gasless opening. All things considered, gasless openings with 4 queens are not bad on this map, but you could fall prey to a speedling all-in. Just saying. So both players just kind of going with the safe build here. Just going to get a couple of links out on the field. Immediately should be followed by you know, getting speed at their spawning pools at 100 gas, and then probably a baneling nest. What they can do also is just skip the baneling nest altogether and just in the early speedling baneling phase of the game, just rely on their very good micro to defend and go for a fast lair into Mutas, and just use good micro, speedling numbers, and spine crawlers, potentially partial wall-offs with evolution chambers, as they are rushing for Mutas. You can see that Lopata is getting a baneling nest right now, so that could be defensive or offensive, and he's continuing to mine gas. Actually, DeViL is mining gas as well, but DeViL, he's not getting the baneling nest, which leads me to believe that he will be queuing up the lair. Oh, as I say that, insta-casta curse. That's what happens, guys. Instantaneously cursed. So, just going to switch this around because I'm getting a little bit confused here with the colors. So, right now both players have baneling nests. Let's see. Looks like both of them actually want to be going defensive. which the spine crawler is a pretty good indication of that. But unlike DeViL, Lopata is not getting additional gases at his natural expansion. He is getting +1 melee attacks for his lings very quickly here, whereas DeViL, he's going to be shooting straight for the lair tech. He's getting 3 additional gases, and he probably, if he sees an attack coming with this Overlord here, then probably he will just build 2, maybe 4 defensive banelings. We can see a couple of them morphing in right now and waypointed towards the ramp. The ideal placement, of course, for these banelings is right on the top, out of the vision of the opponent units, because that way, if a ling run by happens, and you fail to defend it here, and the lings skirt past your defenses and past the spine crawlers and try to make it up into the main base, they get blasted to smithereens. So there is the cancel on the spine crawler as Lopata realizes that DeViL tried to trick him into overproducing defensive units. And the most important thing here right now is the lair timing and the spire timing consequentially that is derived off of that. Because DeViL, he already has his spire on the way. 70 seconds to being down. The lair, 30 plus 100, that's 2 minutes for Lopata to finish potentially his spire when the lair finishes. So DeViL trying to go for a third base here has to cancel because Lopata is putting a lot of pressure onto DeViL, forcing him to waste larva on units that he otherwise would not have been producing. And DeViL is trying to bank up as many gas points as possible. And while he pushes his opponent back, that's all really nice and dandy. Spire going up for Lopata, but unfortunately his Spire is really, really far behind his opponents. And, you know, as long as DeViL can delay this third from coming up, or, you know, basically he has to ensure the thirds are similarly timed, and neither player has the timing advantage on the economy. As long as he can do that, he will always have the advantage in Mutasks, and, you know, that's going to be fine. And there we have seen one of those banelings coming into effect. There are good detonations, actually wonderful detonations for DeViL, as the Mutasks are just now hatching, and that means that DeViL is in a really, really, really good spot. Lopata's Spire only just now finishing. He's trying to put on a lot of pressure on the third base. He really wants to kill that, but as the Mutasks are hatching right now, he won't be able to do so. May force another cancel there. Oh, no cancel! DeViL, that was a mistake, surely. As Lopata's base is just about to finish up. A little bit of a run-by in the main base as well. Lopata so aggressive towards DeViL. He really wants to buy as much time as possible. But DeViL, he's just ahead in every possible regard in the air. He's got 10 mutas already out. He's got +1 air attacks on the way, as opposed to Carapace, which the majority of the Zergs do get. And now he can start killing Overlords all across the map. He can even kill the third base before the spores finish. If he goes for it now, that third base will fall. There is no way Lopata should be able to defend this. And since both players are on 2 bases, DeViL will continue to maintain his Mutalisk advantage unless he engages at a really, really, really bad angle, such as this one, potentially. As long as he maintains his Mutalisk advantage in the air, he should have this game in the bag. But Lopata somehow managed to kill quite a lot of mutas of DeVils there. If we take a look here, we can see that DeVil lost 2 Mutalisks versus the 1 of Lopata, so Lopata is closing the gap between the mutas. DeVil trying to get up his third base yet again, but what he really needs is to kill this off. It seems like both players kind of decided on, well, you know what, we are going to be constantly attacking each other's third bases, and we will finish this game with a 2-base all-in. What do you say? And DeVil's like, sure, why not? So we can see both players just struggling to establish their third bases and a mid-game economy. And here's another thing, though. Lopata upgrading stuff only off of 1 evolution chamber that is back in his base. I don't think he's got 2. No, only 1 evolution chamber. Whereas DeViL, he's working off of 2 Evo chambers. His +2/+2 attacks will be kicking in about 1 minute. And when that happens, it will make his ground army exponentially more powerful than it is now. He might even get this 3rd base, because the mutas are out of position. There are no links on the ground to defend this, and wow, DeViL killing that 3rd base puts him in such a commanding position in this game. And he might even try to go for the main base, but no, the Spore Crawler is just too much with the Queen for him to handle currently, as the Spores do have bonus damage versus the Mutalisks, and there wasn't that many mutas to begin with to engage. And he knows Lopata is on Mutalisks as well, so, you know, defense will never be too far away in terms of time it takes for the mutas to get back. And, wow, actually, Lopata might be making a mistake here. He's got no defensive units back here, apart from 1 Baneling. The Spine Crawler, nothing here, and, well, he's going to be losing a lot of drones here. He does kill off the 3rd base of DeViL, though, but is it worth losing this many drones? 53 lost, the links splitting up, part running into the main base. The 2nd force will try and get as many hits off onto this hatchery as possible. The Mutalisks are going to try and defend the main base, but they're a little bit too late to the party. And look at the drone count for Lopata, 9 drones versus 40. And suddenly it doesn't matter how many bases you have when you don't have drones to mine off of them. It doesn't matter if you have a muta advantage or not, because your opponent can make an abundance of spores and you will be pumping all of your minerals, as few as those are, into remaking your drone count. Look at Lopata, almost 0 income, mining 200 minerals a minute. That is just heartbreaking for him. 1 bad move. Oh, wait a minute. He might kill this off. I mean, DeViL just move commanded his entire mutaflock through Lopata's air force. And, well, we can see that DeViL actually did not lose that many mutas, but the question is, how many does he have in the air? Yeah, he is at a disadvantage. If we take a look at the upgrades, in the air, the upgrades are even. On the ground, not so much. And that's part of the reason why DeViL was able to kill so many workers and get this hatchery kill so easily. But you know, DeViL, if he continues to produce Mutalisks, he's going to be closing the gap in the air very quickly, just due to the fact that he does have the income, his opponent does not. He's even getting a Zerg Flyer Carapace level 1. And it should not be too long before DeViL decides to close this game out. The main bases of both of the players are starting to mine out here. Only 200 minerals approximately remaining on each of the mineral patches there. And it looks like we might have the final engagement here. As Lopata is moving in on DeVil's 3rd base, DeViL is ready in the defensive stance. The mutas start to fight each other. There is a Spore helping DeViL out. And look at Lopata's Mutalisks not up to the task of defeating the enemy air force, and Lopata has to GG. Congratulations to DeViL for advancing in the KnightS 10-year anniversary cup.